A warm welcome from Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. My name is S. Balaji, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronic and Communication Engineering, and my topic is Classifications of Signals, the course Signals and System. Before we are going to the topics, we just want to know what is signals. As signals is defined as any physical quantity that varies with time, space, or any other independent variables. Our voice, noise signals, video signals, and signals on telephone wires are the best example for signals. A noise is also a signal, but the information conveyed by noise is unwanted. Hence, it is considered as undesirable. When the functions depends on a single independent variable to represent the signal is said to be one-dimensional signal. Music, speech, heartbeat, etc. are the best example for one-dimensional signal. A signal depends on two or more independent variables to represent the signal is said to be multi-dimensional signal. A photography is an example of two-dimensional signal. A motion pictures of a black and white TV is an example of three-dimensional signal. A system is a set of elements or functional blocks that are connected together and produce an output in response to an input signal is called a system. The best example for a system is TV set. A TV set converting electromagnetic signals as input and generating sounds and images signal as output. So let us see this figure. This is a continuous system and the input which we given is x of t. Through x of t, the input is going through continuous system and output what we got is y of t. So this is the terminology for signals and system. A system is any process that generates an output signal in response to an input signal. A continuous signals are usually represented with parentheses and for discrete signals usually represented in brackets. All signals use lower cases letters, reserving the upper cases for the frequency domain. The input signals is called x of t or x of n and output is called y of t or y of n. So this x of t indicates noted as continuous system and x of n noted as discrete system. So now coming to the topic classifications of signals. As signals are classified into a following categories. First type is continuous time and discrete time signal. The second one is deterministic and non-deterministic signal. Third type is periodic and aperiodic signal. Fourth type is energy, even and odd signal. Fifth type is energy and power signal. And finally, sixth one is casual and non-casual signals. So these six type of signals comes under the classifications of signal. So let us see one by one. The first type is continuous time and discrete time signal. A signal is said to be continuous when it is defined for all instant of time. If the amplitude of the signal varies continuously with respect to time, then it is called it as continuous time signal. A continuous time signal is also called it as analog signal. The best example for continuous time signal is waveform of AC power supply and ECG waveform. Continuous time signals is denoted by x of t. So this figure indicates continuous time signals. So the best example for continuous time signal is cosine waves, sine waves. These are the examples for continuous time signals. So continuous time signals defined for all instant of time and continuous time signals varies continuously with respect to time. Then this, if the continuous time signals varies with respect to times, then it is called continuous time signal. And continuous time signals is also called it as analog signal. A signal is said to be discrete when it is defined at only discrete instant of time. It has got the discrete set of values. If you see the diagram figure, you can understand. So it has got discrete set of values. It has a specific amplitude for a specific time interval and is represented by x of n. So the continuous time signal is represented by x of t and discrete time signals is represented by x of n, where n is index. A discrete time signals are continuous in amplitude and discrete in time. Second type is deterministic and non-deterministic signal. A signal is said to be deterministic if there is no uncertainty with respect to its value at any instant of time. If any signals can be represented by proper mathematical equation, then that signal is called a deterministic signal. The example for deterministic signal is sine wave, cosine wave, exponential. So let us see this figure. So this figure, if you see this figure, you can understand that in this signal, we don't have no uncertainty with respect to its value at any instant of time. That is, we don't have any noises in these signals. So if there is no uncertainty with respect to its value, then that signal is called a deterministic signal. So this signal can be represented by the proper mathematical equations. If signal is said to be non-deterministic, if there is uncertainty with respect to its value at any instant of time, if there is uncertainty in the signal means, then that signal is called a non-deterministic signal. It cannot be represented by any mathematical equation. So commonly non-deterministic signals are random in nature. Hence they are called random signal. So example for non-deterministic signal is all kind of noises during the electronic experiments. So this is the figure for non-deterministic signal. So this cannot be represented by any mathematical equations. So the noises, all kind of noises during the electronic experiments are the best example for the non-deterministic signal. A third type is periodic and aperiodic signal. A signal is said to be periodic if it satisfies the conditions x of t is equal to x of t plus capital T, or x of n is equal to x of small n plus capital N. A signal is said to be periodic if it repeats at a regular time interval. A non-periodic signal do not repeat at regular time interval. So how to find a periodic and aperiodic signal means if the signal is said to be periodic if satisfy the conditions x of t is equal to x of t plus capital T. So periodic signal is repeated at regular time interval, whether non-periodic signal it does not repeat at regular time interval, where t is equal to fundamental time period and 1 by t is equal to f, that is fundamental frequency. T is equal to 2 pi by omega naught. So let us see the conditions for periodicity of continuous time signals. So CT indicates a short form of continuous time signal. The CT signal repeats after certain period t naught, that is x of t is equal to x of t plus capital T naught. The conditions for periodicity of discrete time signals. Let us see one example for discrete time signal. Consider a discrete time cosine wave x of n is equal to cos 2 pi f naught n. So now we have to prove whether the given conditions is periodic or aperiodic. So x of n is equal to x of n plus capital N. Therefore, x of 2 pi f naught n, in the place of n, we have to substitute n plus capital N. Then separate these equations. So cos 2 pi f naught n plus cos 2 pi f naught capital N. So I'm taking cos commonly outside. So cos into 2 pi f naught n plus 2 pi f naught capital N. So for periodicity x of n is equal to x of n plus capital N. Therefore, the cos of 2 pi f naught n can be equal to cos of 2 pi f naught n plus 2 pi f naught capital N. So from above equation, it satisfies only if 2 pi f naught capital N is integer multiple of 2 pi. Therefore, 2 pi f naught capital N is equal to 2 pi k, where k is integer. Therefore, f naught is equal to k by capital M. 2 pi will cancel. So, f naught is equal to k by capital N. So, periodicity of signal x1 of t plus x2 of t. So let us consider that the signal x of t is equal to x1 of t plus x of t. So now whether we have to check whether the given signal is periodic or non-periodic. Then x1 of t it will be periodic if satisfy the conditions x1 of t is equal to x1 of t plus capital 2, sorry capital T naught 1, that is equal to x1 of t plus 2 into capital T1. So this can be written as x1 of t is equal to x1 t plus m into t1. Here m is an integer. Similarly for x2 of t we have to find. So similarly x2 of t will be the periodic if satisfy the condition x2 of t is equal to x2 of t plus capital T2, that is equal to x2 of t plus 2 into capital T2. So these equations can be written as x2 of t is equal to x2 into t plus n into t2, where n is an integer. Then x of t will be the periodic if satisfy the condition m into t1, that is equal to n into t2, that is equal to t naught. Here t naught is an period of x of t. This means t naught is an integer multiple of the period of x1 of t and x2 of t. For the above equation, we have t1 divided by t2 is equal to n divided by m, that is I'm taking a ratio of 2 integer. So similarly for discrete time also, the period of x1 of n plus x2 of n is can be written as n1 divided by n2 is equal to n divided by m, that is I'm taking ratio of 2 integer. So the period of x of n will be least common multiple of capital N1 and N2. So next type is even and odd signal. A signal is said to be even signal if the inversions of time axis does not change the amplitude. If it does not change the amplitude means then that signal is called even signal. So the even signal is otherwise called it as symmetric signal. So the x of t is equal to x of minus t. And for discrete time signal, you can write it as x of n is equal to x of minus n. So a signal is said to be an odd signal if the inversions of time axis also inverts the amplitude of the signal. So if the inversions of time axis does not change the amplitude means then that signal is called even signal. If the inversions of time axis also inverts the amplitude of the signal means then that signal is called odd signal. So odd signal is otherwise called it as anti-symmetric signal. So the expression for odd signal is x of t is equal to minus x of minus t. Similarly for discrete time, x of n is equal to minus x of minus n. So apply this even and odd signal to find, to represent the signal in even and odd part. Let the signal be represent its even and odd part. So x of t is equal to xe of t plus xo of t, where xe of t is an even part of x of t and xo of t is odd part of x of t. Substitute minus t for t in the above equation. So wherever you find t, you have to substitute minus t. Yeah? So therefore, these equations will change it as x of minus t is equal to xe of minus t plus xo of minus t. Yeah? Because I'm substituting in the place of t, minus t I'm substituting. Now, by definitions of even signal, so wherever you find xe of minus t, we can replace xe of t. Yeah? So that is the definitions of even signal. Wherever you find xe of minus t, we can replace that is equal to xe of t. And by definitions of odd signal, wherever you find O of minus t, we can replace XO minus of XO of t, minus of XO of t. Hence, the above equation will become x of minus t is equal to xe of t minus xo of t. So, xe of minus t is equal to xe of t minus xo of t. So, by adding the equation x of t and x of minus t, I will get x of t plus x of minus t is equal to, so xe of t, even part will get add xe of t plus x3 of t can written as x2 into xe of t, and odd part xo of t minus xo of t will cancel each other. So remaining term only we have 2 into xe of t. So 2 into xe of t can be written as xe of t is equal to, I'm taking this two LHS, then I will get 1 by 2 into x of t plus x of minus t. Subtracting equation x of t and x of minus t. By adding the equation x of t and x of minus t, I'm getting the equation xe of t is equal to 1 by 2 of x of t plus x of minus t. By subtracting the equation x of t and x of minus t, I will get x of t minus of x of minus t, I will get, so x of xe of t and xe of minus xe of t will get cancel each other, remaining xo of t, here minus of minus will become plus, so xo of t. So xo of t plus xo of t, we will get 2 into xo of t. So I'm taking these 2 to LHS, then I will get xo of t is equal to 1 by 2 of x of t minus of x of minus t. Okay. So this is the expression we got for odd part. So for even part, the formula is xe of t is equal to 1 by 2 of x of t plus x of minus t. For odd part, we got the equation xo of t is equal to 1 by 2 of x of t minus x of minus t. Similarly, for discrete time signals, we can write it as, in the place of t, we can replace n. For even part, xe of n is equal to 1 by 2 of x of n plus x of minus n. For odd part, xo of n is equal to 1 by 2 of x of n minus x of minus n. So this is the formula for even and odd part. So if you see this even and odd signal waveform, you can understand. So this is discrete time signal. So x of t is same as x of minus t. So this is x of t and this is x of minus t. So x of t is same as x of minus t. Therefore, cosine wave is even in discrete time signal. So similarly, if you look at this waveform, so x of t is equal to x of minus t, that is sine 90 degree is equal to 1. Here sine minus 90 degree is equal to minus 1. Obviously, so for odd signal, a sine wave is odd. For even signal, a cosine wave is even in the continuous time signal. So that is the difference. So similarly, look it at discrete time signal waveform. X of 3 is equal to x of minus 3. So if you look at discrete time signal here, for odd signal, x of 2 is equal to 1. Here x of minus 2 is equal to minus 1. So this is the waveform for even and odd signal. So next type is energy and power signal. A signal is said to be energy signal when it has finite energy. So the expression for energy E is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x square of t into dt. So this is the expression for energy signal. So what is energy signal? The signal is said to be energy signal when it has a finite energy. So similarly for power signal, a signal is said to be power signal when it has finite power. So the expression for power is power P is equal to limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t integral of minus t to t x square of t into dt. So this is the expression for power. So energy is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x square of t into dt, and for power limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t integral of minus t to t x square of t into dt. So a signal cannot be both energy or power simultaneously. Also, a signal may be neither energy nor power signal. The power of energy signal is equal to 0. The energy of power signal is equal to infinity. So a signal is said to be energy signal when it satisfies finite energy, when it has a finite energy. A signal is said to be power signal when it has a finite power. So the power of energy signal is equal to 0, and energy of power signal is equal to infinity. So I'm just comparing the power signal and energy signal. So as I said before, for the energy signal, zero is less than E and less than infinity. For power signal, zero is less than P and less than infinity. The equation for energy is integral of minus infinity to infinity model of x of t the whole square into dt. For discrete time, in term of integral, for discrete time we have to use summation. Summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity model of x of n the whole square. So similarly for power signal, the equation for power signal in continuous time is P is equal to limit t tends to infinity 1 by t integral of minus t by 2 to t by 2 x square of t into dt. And similarly for discrete time, the power formula will be limit n tends to infinity 1 by 2n plus 1 into summation n is equal to minus n to n model of x of n the whole square. So this is the equations we are following for energy and power signal in discrete and continuous time signal. Okay? And in periodicity, the most of the non-periodic signals are energy signal. So in power signal, most of the periodic signals are power signal. So that is the periodicity, the difference between energy and power. So most of the non-periodic signals are energy in energy signal. Most of the periodic signals are power signal in periodicity. So the power of energy signal is 0 in energy signal. In power signal, the energy of power signal is infinity. So in energy signal, power will be 0. In power signal, energy will be infinity. That is the difference. And the sine wave, the waveform will be looks like this. For energy signal in continuous time, the waveform is an example for energy signal in continuous time, and in discrete time, this is the example for energy signal. Okay? So similarly for power signal, this is the example for power signal in continuous time, and this is the example for power signal in discrete time. And last signal is casual and non-casual signal. A continuous time signal x of t is said to be casual if it satisfies the conditions x of t is equal to 0 for t is less than 0. Otherwise, this signal is called non-casual. So the continuous time signal is said to be casual if satisfy the conditions x of t is equal to 0 for t is less than 0. If t is greater than 0 means then that signal is called non-casual signal. Similarly, a discrete time signal x of n is said to be casual if x of n is equal to 0 for n is less than 0. So if x of n is equal to 0 for n is greater than 0 means then that signal is called non-casual signal. So we covered all 6 types of signals in classifications of signal. So first we have seen continuous time and discrete time signal. Second type is deterministic and non-deterministic. And third type is uh, power and energy signal, even and odd signal, and uh, periodic and aperiodic signal. And finally, we have seen casual and non-casual signal. Thank you.